Yo, what's going on guys, and welcome back here to another tutorial. Today we're going to be looking at how you guys can build this super easy item sorter with a pretty cool look that you can see all your items being sorted as it goes around as well, which I think is pretty cool. So if you are looking forward to this one at all, don't forget that like button, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any and all future uploads. And yeah, I guess let's get straight into seeing what this thing can do. Alrighty, quick little side note, sorry if I sound nasally, I've just come off a week of sickness, so that's super fun as always. But here we have our depositing barrel, so we can chuck in all of our items that we want to be sorted. As you guys can see, they come up top through here, they go through a little hopper chain down below, and they get sorted and they get sent up and pushed along all through here, and they should be coming through and sorting out into these chests just here like it is doing. So there's simple as that, guys. All you need to do once we have it set up is, just put in the items that you have in here and set it away. We can also add like a little deposit chest on the end to grab anything that you guys accidentally throw in there that's not sorting itself, but we'll throw that in at towards like the end of this build here and tutorial and stuff like that. So I guess let's just jump into how easy this thing is and what we need for this build. This is what we're going to need for the build itself. So if this is for the depositing section, so we're going to need a chest, 3 hoppers, a redstone comparator, a redstone repeater, 3 redstone dust, a dropper, some soul sand, and some water. You could potentially need some kelp if you don't want to bring in lots of buckets of water. Up to you guys. We'll see how we go there. This part here can vary, so I'll go through what we need. So I would recommend at least a double chest, an item frame so you know what's inside, 2 hoppers, 3 redstone dust, a redstone torch, a comparator, a repeater, and another bit of water. Now this here is the chest, and the hoppers are going to change depending if you guys want to stack them multiple like this, which I recommend for some of the bigger materials. It's probably a good idea for your survival world, but what I've laid out is just the basics, so you'll only get this top row here. If you want more items, just add an extra double chest or 2 to each of those with another hopper as well. Everything around the backside is going to stay exactly the same, so don't stress about that at all. You will potentially also need some ice, so if you're extending this water flow past 7, I will slap in a block of ice there so the items can continue. Then you can add another water source there, but we'll get to that later on. And as you guys can see here, I have some papered and I named it null. So we can do whatever we want here. It's just got to be an item that we're not going to sort. So you guys can see in here I use brown mushrooms, and on this one here I use the paper null as well. So it's just got to be an item that you're not going to sort, so I wouldn't recommend throwing dirt or wood or cobblestone or anything like that in there. Maybe some slabs, but if you do want to change this, chuck in a stack of whatever item you want to do and change it to something like this, and you'll be good to go. Subscribe, and then the items won't be recognized as dirt or anything like that. So yeah, an item like that, it should be fine. And then I recommend some glass and what kind of building block you want to use as well. Go ahead and start by grabbing out all of our dispensing items. And now you want to go ahead and find a place that you want to dig at, and we can build out a little 3x4. And then we go ahead and dig that one 3 deep as well. And we can build ourselves a nice little staircase to get in and out while we're working. On this middle block, just go ahead and place in your dropper, and you want him to be facing this way just here. We can chuck in our soul sand just there with our hopper on top. So once you put your hopper on top just there, you want to come around this side here and link up these 3 just like so, and we can place our chest in just there, or a barrel, up to you guys how you want this to look. From the ground here, all we're going to go ahead and do is lay down 3 pieces of stone or whatever kind of building block you guys want to do. Connect it like this eye shape, and then what we're going to go ahead and do is chop out the top and the middle so it turns into an X. Jump on the back side, lay down these 3 and add 1 in this corner just here. Then we can add a redstone dust on the corner, 1 in the middle, 1 down bottom, and 1 on this side just over here. Then we're going to add in a repeater facing this direction, hit it once with a right click so it delays it just that little bit as well, and then we want to chuck in a comparator facing this direction just there. So everything should be working. If you guys want to test it out, all you want to do is just chuck something in the chest just here, pop it in, and it should get spat out just like so. Awesome. Easy as that. Now we can go ahead and fill this in as well, and up to you guys whether or not you want this covered or you want it shown or how you want it to look, but we really don't need any of this stuff here. We want to leave that gap just there. Everything else can be covered up if you'd like. So from this section here, you want to come up 3 blocks. So 1, 2, and 3. So this section here is where our hoppers will come along and the water will come up and go into as well. So from here, what I recommend doing is coming out 1 block and then coming down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we'll come 1 more to hit that 7th just there as well. Now we can go ahead and come on this side just here, and we want to shift click, or we can just face the hoppers into this bit of wood or stone just there. Whatever material you guys use is fine, because we're going to go ahead and remove these now as well. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hoppers just there as well. On this 7th one just here, it's up to you guys whether or not you're going to be using a lot of different materials. We can place in a block of ice there and then continue this on for as long as you want. It's up to you guys how you want to do this, but that's as pretty much as simple as we need to get it. Now we can come along this side just here again. So from here, all you guys can do is just come onto this second one just there, and then just go ahead and lay in your chests. Obviously we want to leave a gap for the ice block just there, and then we can continue this little pattern just over here. So we get double chests linked to everything. You guys can get rid of that if you want as well, and then we can just go ahead and connect our hoppers into the back of the chest with a shift click, and our items will come through here. Now if you guys do want to extend this, just go ahead and copy the same thing down 1 more time. So let's come underneath here and we can shift click in some more chests, and there we go, and then connect those up as well. And there we go. So you guys can obviously do this another layer up or another layer down. I wouldn't go much more than 4, just because it can get a bit of a pain to get into, like, you know, to jump and stuff like that. So 4 or 3 is a pretty good amount, and that should give you guys plenty of storage as well. Now for this back side here, what we're going to do is come to this one here that's connecting to our top chest. We're going to shift click on it and come out 3 blocks. We're going to come down 1, place 1 diagonally, and then come out and up 1 as well. So you should be left with a design looking like that. So it's like a T shape, and then 2 on the diagonal as well. And then we want to put a comparator coming out of the hopper with some redstone dust coming down and around, with a repeater in facing back towards the chest, and then we want to go ahead and put a redstone torch in just like that. Now all we have to do is go ahead and repeat this for as long as you guys are going to be building for. Obviously we can skip out the one that doesn't have that has the ice on it if you guys want to save on some materials. Okay, so now what I like to do is come along here and put on our item frame so we know what items are being stored in here. You guys can use either one as well. So for the first one, we want netherite, deep slate, diamonds, some wood, enchanted apple, and we'll get some cobblestone as well on the end just here. Yeah, it's up to you guys how you want to display these, which one you'd like. I kind of like the mixture of both. It kind of looks pretty cool, but it's a lot easier to see these bottom ones just here. So anyways, let's get on to the tutorial. So from here, what you guys want to go ahead and do is obviously match them up. So our first one is deep slate. So what we're going to go ahead and do is get either our null block or whatever block we're never going to be sorting. So make sure you never chuck this block in there. If it's going to be like, say, a dandelion, never chuck dandelions in there. So it's up to you guys how you want to do it, but that's what we want to do. So it's going to start pulling down here, and I believe it should get stuck at 48. All the excess should come down into this bottom chest or the lowest one you have, and it should stay there on 41. Yep, so there we go. On this next chest here, we have some deep slate. So again, chuck in our null blocks, and then we can put in our deep slate, and just do the same thing again all the way down the line for whatever items you have, for however many items you have. It's up to you guys how exactly many you want to work on just here. Okay, so everything should be all done now. So yeah, 41, 41, 41, 41, 41, and 41. Perfect. Now comes the cool part. So we can go ahead and get our ice blocks here. We can go ahead and shift click on top of our comparator back there if we want it to be on top, obviously. We can then come along here and fill in this whole section here. So we want to obviously come around to this back side here. and in case where the water is going to overflow, and bring off all of these as well. You obviously don't have to use glass. I'm just using glass so we can see what's happening. Plus I think it looks cooler as well, but if you want to cover this in your build and not show any of it, that's perfectly fine as well. Then just go ahead and make sure that we encase this whole section just here as well so no water can get out. And there we go. Perfect. If you're doing this method here, I recommend probably in survival to get some kelp. It's probably going to be a lot easier. And then all we want to do is put in your water bucket. Just go ahead and pop it in just there. It's going to flow both directions, but our soul sand's not going to work just yet. So what we're going to go ahead and have to do is just fill all this up with kelp so it makes it all a source block. And now we can go ahead and come down and delete all of that, and everything should be good. Then we can go ahead and fill in our section just there. Everything should be flowing nicely, and we can place in some more glass blocks just here. Now, if you guys want to add in an overflow chest as well, which I recommend, we can do it similar like what we've done in the past just over there. So just go ahead and place in the items just like so. Everything should flow nicely, and we can just bring everything coming down into a standstill as well. Everything should glide over that, but all you need to do to test this obviously is come in here. We'll grab in some of our items that we know will work, that will sort, plus it's a bunch that we don't know what's going to happen to, so we can put those in there. We can see them all flying down and into their proper allocations. You can see everything working here, and those items that don't have a home, they fly to the end down this way just here, and they should all start getting put into this chest as well. As you guys can see, all the hoppers are coming through, everything's sliding nicely, and it is all looking pretty good. Okay, now you're asking me, how do we extend this if we want to? Say we want to have more than these 6 items just here. So from here, all you guys have to do is copy the same thing we've done just over here, and I'm just going to extend it with glass instead of the hoppers, but just bear with me. So we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus then we want to place in another ice block, just like so. And in here, where the ice block is currently, just go ahead and place in a sign. The sign's there just so then the water doesn't flow back that direction and continues to come this way. And let's go ahead and put those in there. And I would add in the roof as well. And then from this block here, all you guys have to do is add in your water sources there, and everything's going to continue to flow along just like so. And you can keep doing that as long as you want. If you want to change directions as well, you can. It's just not going to flow that full 7 around a corner, so just play around with that, and it's going to be a little bit different. But that's pretty much everything, guys. So if you have enjoyed this tutorial at all, don't forget that like button, subscribe, ring the notification bell, all that good stuff, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Later.